Hello! Today in the lesson we are going to learn how to show fractions on a coordinate line. What do we need for this? Well, first of all, remember what a coordinate line is. What is a coordinate line? Well, the fact is that a coordinate line is defined by three positions. The first position is the beginning of the report. That is, we need to understand where the beginning of the report is. Let's say, at this point I put the number 0, so that's the beginning of the report. The second position is the direction. And the third position is the so-called unit segment. That is, which is the distance after which I write the number 1. Next. And through the same distance I should write the number 2. If after this distance I put the number 1. Then after the same distance I must write the number 2, and so on. I can go on and on. So this is my unit interval. By the way, a unit segment can be different, that is this scale. It can be different, but the only position is that this unit segment must of course be equal on this coordinate line. Now let's move on to the point of our lesson. What I need to do, I need to show you where I have the number 1, 2. How do I do that? What do you need to pay attention to? First of all, the whole part of the fractional number. Well, 1, 2. The integer part is 0, so I'm going to start at 0. So I need a unit interval from 0 to 1. Now, what do I do? First, I determine what the whole part is equal to. There is no integer part, or it's 0 integers. Next, I pay attention to the denominator. Why? Because the denominator of a fractional number shows how many parts I have to divide this unit segment into. In our fractional number, the denominator is 2, so I'm dividing my unit segment into 2 equal parts. So, one part and the same second part. And now I turn my attention to the numerator, so it's a 1. So how many of these little pieces should I take? That's 1. So I write it down, I count 1 from here, and this point will show me the fraction 1, 2. So, one more time, what steps do we have to take in order to show a fractional number on our coordinate line? That is, first I pay attention to the whole part in order to determine which part of this coordinate line I'm going to take. Next, I pay attention to the denominator. To do what? To figure out how many parts I have to divide. This unit segment into 2 parts. And now I pay attention to the denominator. That is, how many of these little parts should I take? 1 to 2. Let's show another fractional number. I write down, it's 1 whole and 1/3. Step 1, I call attention to the whole number. It's a 1. So I start my movement with 1. From 1 to 2 because I have 1 whole. Next, step 2, I pay attention to the denominator. It's 3. Therefore, I must divide this unit segment into 3 equal parts. And let's divide this piece into 3 equal parts. I did. 1, 2, 3. Now I need to label this number. So 1 whole and 1/3. So I'll take 1. 1/3. And this dot, that's 1 whole, 1/3. And let's show another number on the coordinate line. 3 integers. Let's take 3/4. Okay. Step 1. I pay attention to the whole part. So that's 3 whole parts. So I start my movement from that point, 3 integers. The second step, I pay attention to the denominator. The denominator is 4. Somewhere around here I have a 4, that is 3 to 4. Now I'm dividing this segment into 4 equal parts, and let's divide it into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equal parts. And now I count 3 parts out of 4. That is 3 whole and 3 parts out of 4. Let's count. 1, 2, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. And this point, that's 3 whole and 3 fourths. And that's how you show where the fractional number is on the coordinate line. In the next lesson, guys, we will work out examples where we will show fractional numbers on the coordinate line, or we're going to read the location of that number on the coordinate line. That is, write down the fractional number. And for today, our lesson has come to an end. Goodbye, see you again.